with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL.
I need y'all's help to start the show off, if it's okay, since you and Rick went almost to our first break.
I mean, that's just trying to help out. Slow news week. Not much happened that affects our show.
But I do need y'all's help. I've been occupied today for the most part, so maybe haven't heard the news yet. Who got fired today for the Jags? Marone? Is he gone?
No.
It's got to be Todd Wash then.
Not at all.
No.
Caldwell?
No.
It's like a position coach. Had to be fired.
Now, a lot of hot dogs were botched, so they did fire the guys in the concession. The guy who was over concessions.
So it's the bye week, right?
Yeah, this is the bye week when you got to get that corrected.
And the Jags are 1 in what? Are they 1 in 6?
Yeah,
1 in 5.
Sure.
I don't even know what they are.
They've won one game.
15.
We know that.
1 in 15
on track.
What are the Jags?
Yeah, they're 1 in 6.
1 in 6. So they're 1 in 6.
They lost 6 straight games.
So it's the bye week. They're 1 in 6.
Wow, this season's going by fast.
And are y'all suggesting that one Shahid Khan has fired no one?
Not a soul. Matter of fact, there's really good job security if you work for the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's one of those jobs where it's like they joke about state employees. You kind of get in and you just don't go nowhere.
Yeah, public school teacher.
So Marone has tenure?
Yeah. They just transfer your departments.
Well, then transfer him. And by the way, I was Jay Gruden's fan club a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Boy, some of the stuff he's calling now. I'm talking about just fundamentally unsound. Did you see the jet sweep that I tweeted out yesterday?
Mm-mm.
I'll show it to you at the break.
Who's the offensive line coach? And because I feel bad for him. I want to give him some ABC gift cards.
Okay.
Because Basic B Barch. I can say that word, right?
Ben Barch? Yes.
Not Ben Barch, but
no, don't say that. No.
Okay,
It's just
Basic Barch.
Yeah, don't.
Is being a basic Barch.
I like that.
And doing the stanky leg when he's got to go up against any kind of top defender. Did you see him get folded?
Yeah,
That's not supposed to happen to a person in the NFL. It's just there is nobody. How do you make that better?
George Warhop.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
O-line coach.
He won't be without a job for long. Tony Sperano Jr. is the assistant offensive line coach. Remember Tony Sperano?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got some names.
Ben McAdoo. I'm shocked that he couldn't turn this thing around.
He was supposed to be a quarterback whisperer. Is it really?
Dude, Todd Wash looks so much like Gus Bradley.
All these pictures of the coaches make them look a lot more better looking than they are.
What does Todd...
As someone who watches the press conferences weekly.
Well, when you watch the press conference, you're seeing the stress of getting your ass
That's
whooped
true.
all
This
the
was
time.
preseason.
This was when they were relaxed. They didn't
Yo, do you know who the offensive quality control coach is?
It's Shoelace, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he wasn't any good. He's a great person.
Quality control, though, is basically a GA.
I love that.
Yeah.
Damn, there's a lot of coaches.
Oh, in NFL, that's just in general. That's par for the course. But these guys, I just really think one of the most stressful or stress-relieving things you could do as a coach is when you see things like this, you just really are as upfront and honest with the young men as possible. And you tell them, it's not your fault. You're not any good. And it relieves them of the feelings of guilt for them because you put them in that place, but really you knew that they weren't any good, but nobody else wanted them. We got a bunch of no names. A bunch of guys are hurt too. And and as a D coordinator, I don't know what he sees or what he's really telling himself. Because I'm an honest person. I've never lied I know my flaws, and if that's why when somebody tries to pick on me, I know what you're gonna say because I say the same things. But like, does Todd even know his defense is putrid?
He's been trying to get fired for 2 years.
So you think that's what it is, and like they
it's
just
gotta
won't
be.
let him
It
go?
has to be.
That's terrible.
Nobody
friendship.
goes in there like consistently since Todd Wash has been here. Offenses have easily formationed or motioned that tight end to Mike Backer matchup. We've seen it since he's been here.
Right.
They're still doing it. Like, I don't know, Todd. If you see that matchup, maybe it's an automatic check zone. Just a thought, because you've got to lead the league in that matchup. You have to. And the Rams, didn't they start, or not the Rams, the Chargers, didn't they start the game off of 2 screens? When is the last time you saw that? Like, oh, you got me the first time. You ain't going to get me again. Yeah. Oh, crap, you got me the second time.
Oh, okay, we see the screen. We're prepared for it. They're not going to run this again. Oh, they ran it again.
I mean, it's just embarrassing. It's like somebody on the text line, Lifetime Enclosures text line, said you can have all the big name coaches. Doesn't matter if you don't have talent. Ask Belichick. Man, easy. Like, okay, talent is an issue in Jacksonville. It is not the issue.
Schematically, it's just not sound.
The issue is the cons all the way down to the players. Everybody in between is the issue. And how nobody has lost a job on Monday of a bye week is unbelievable.
Well, technically, the NFL week is still going on. Maybe it happens Tuesday. Maybe he's waiting
for us not to be on air.
Well, because that's truly how all things happen. Because he was like, I don't want to give these guys.
Sportsden's off on Tuesdays.
Don't want to give them fuel to their fire. They already hate us. James yelled at us last week.
The first couple of series, I thought Jay Gruden was trying to set it up. I thought Jay Gruden was like, you know what? I'm going to get this interim job if this joker gets fired. So watch this.
I mean, everything stunk. Special teams.
Like, Special teams did have a touchdown, but then Dede had to go blow that.
Well, Dede.
Rest in peace. For your Jags career.
It was bound to happen sooner or later. Not the injury, but we knew you weren't going to be here very long. I actually thought you were going to get cut before the season started. But Same. you were instrumental in moving the franchise in the direction in which it needed to go, because they were going to win this game.
Thank God.
But then Dede Westbrook said, "Not on my watch.
Not today, devil.
Not today. Not today, devil. You're not going to steal my joy." And he's just fumbling. I'm like, wow. I hadn't even realized Dede hadn't played in a while. Like, this was what a way to introduce the world that you're alive. by fumbling.
I feel like we say the same thing every week, but James Robinson and Laviska Shenault are the truth.
Right. I feel bad for those guys.
I mean, those two go play anywhere they want to go play. James Robinson, if he was in Seattle, you know how good he'd be? He's a better version of Chris Carson. And think about if Laviska was on a team with a ton of weapons, what you could do with him, besides run jet sweep into a side of the field that they're +2 on, which was unbelievable. At Denny_Thompson, go back to my tweets yesterday. I'll show you. I showed you. Like, it is one of the worst play designs I've ever seen in my life. And I coached high school football. Like, terrible play design. I don't know. I thought coming out of yesterday, honestly, when the game ended, I thought, man, that is like the best case scenario for the Jags. Like, this game was the best case scenario because they had really, 2.5 quarters of excitement.
It entertained everyone.
Right. You didn't fall asleep, but they didn't win.
That's why I'm not really mad.
And at the same time, you're forgetting one thing. I thought, okay, well, but they were bad enough that people are going to get fired tomorrow. Then I forgot. We've got Shad Khan, who doesn't even know it's football season, probably.
Do you think maybe he's like, Shad, this is, hey, at the end of the day, we've come this far. Why do we want to try to change things up again? Or change things up, bring a guy in who might win a game or two?
Oh, I thought you were going to say at the end of the day, I'm rich. It doesn't matter.
No, that's just a fact. I know he thinks that every
morning.
Maybe.
Like,
why am I going to pay people
You should have to pay him because it was your fault they're still here in the first place.
I see what you're saying, JJ. You're saying like he wants to get his money's worth. Like I gotta pay you. I'm not gonna pay you to take a vacation.
Exactly.
And
And
have
if we're
somebody else
trying to
work
lose
harder.
this year, you're doing a good job of it anyway, so you might as well stay in there. And there's also a theory that Leon's put out there that I enjoy is that he's keeping them in there as punishment.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things going on.
Because if you're like on vacation now, getting paid and not having to lose every week, that's sort of relaxing.
Well, and he don't want to risk having to put Jay as the interim and him trying to run through every assistant in the building.
Yeah. Well,
There's a lot going on.
That's definitely,
you don't want to get me too.
But then here's the thing: Jay is gonna be auditioning for other jobs.
He's gonna try to win.
So yeah, he's got to win.
Do you think Marone? Let's just say they go. Let's say they go 3-12 or whatever, 3-13. I mean,
If that happens, there should be like a public stoning, because that is the worst case scenario.
yeah, they get like the
If
fifth
Marone
pick.
goes 1-15, I can live with him.
Okay, well,
keeping
that's
him the
not
rest
where
of
I
the
was
year.
going with this. Let's
So-
just say he goes 1-15.
so you're
Whatever.
saying-
It doesn't matter what he goes, but he's going to get fired at the end of the year. Do you think he will ever be an NFL head coach ever again?
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah, I do.
Marone?
Yeah.
Hard disagree on that.
Yeah. Because it's just a recycle job. Most of the NFL.
Yeah, but is it still like that? I mean, they're going after college guys like never before in the NFL. They're going after young offensive gurus that you've never heard of like never before in the NFL.
I feel like it's
less of a
cyclical. You may be
recycle. I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
the Cowboys did that, but that's a very Jerry old school football thing to
He's
think
do.
he's
38
gone.
and 51 as a head coach.
And it's not working out for them.
Yeah,
So,
I think he's gone.
He's 38 and 51 as a head coach.
Yeah, he had a
Yeah,
couple
okay,
good
so
years in
he's really
Buffalo.
not. He's bad. He's bad, but
He's not Gus Bradley back.
yeah, there's
No,
guys
that's
that
the next
have
level.
He's
got-
not, what's his name at Cleveland? Hugh Jackson?
Oh my God, who's writing a book that's coming out soon? By the way,
Really?
can't wait to grab that.
Hugh Jackson, man, like, you know, I want to root.
Who gets the job first?
People
I wanna
complain
be-
about
I wanna
like
be
how
woke.
black coaches
Yeah, that's
don't
what
get
I'm
hired.
saying.
He should be the number one reason why, like, or he should be the guy that people say
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
why
I'm,
we're mad at
I
you
was
because
the
you
black
put black
guy.
coaches back
I'm
for
the
years.
black guy hesitating to say it. It just says, bump it. I'm saying you're putting black coaches back 20 years.
Hugh Jackson is the black coaches what Treon Harris was. The
And
black
I
quarterback.
saw another one this weekend, and it made me angry for the black race because
Who?
you guys do deserve more coaches in the NFL. Raheem Morris with
yeah.
the Falcons.
Well, in his defense, he's probably
He's an
being
interim.
told.
He
to
don't
be,
count.
He's being told like, "Hey, don't
terrible.
don't
Listen
Raheem,
to this.
you got
What about
clout.
Anthony Lynn?
Oh my God, he's gone too. I mean,
That's,
he was
up
doing
in
terrible
Chargers.
things yesterday.
Oh well,
Uh,
I mean, he got the win.
He's 2-5.
But the rookie quarterback, they're gonna give him a lifeline.
I
But
liked
you're
how
right.
he just decided to take him out for a couple plays.
I didn't understand
That was ridiculous. But anyway, the guy in Atlanta, Raheem Morris. So yesterday, before the craziness happened at the very end of the game, there's like 4 minutes left. They're up by 1, okay? It's 4th and 5 from their own 20-yard line, or from the other team's 20-yard line. You kick. You always kick. You go up 4. You don't try to get it on 4th and 5. And, of course, he tried to do that, and
I mean, he's playing with the house's money. He's kind of like Marone yesterday. Marone, you could tell he just
going
didn't care.
for it. Just going
Marone
for it.
had his mask on upside down, was just like, let's roll.
That's what was. That
I'm
was
taking
trippy.
risk. This is SportsDen, brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, coming to you from the Quick Draw Rapid Testing Studios. I was there today, by the way.
Where? How'd that go?
QUIK. I'm negative. That's good. QUIK, quickdrawrapidtesting.com. COVID hadn't got me yet. I was a little concerned going in today, to be honest, but did both the nasal swab and the
The nasal.
fingerprint.
This one isn't as bad.
Woo!
You think so?
Well, dude, you can't say that.
My man went way up.
Don't say that. We're trying to get people to go there.
No,
No,
I mean,
I-
I want him to go. I don't want, like, I want to
Don't
know.
half-ass it.
Yeah. If
No
my eyes
false
are going to
negatives.
water,
I'm-
make me cry.
I'm
Or false
just saying
positive.
it had the length, but it wasn't as girthy as the other one.
That's true. No, that's true. that's very
Solid
true.
point.
Yeah. No, you're right on that one. We got to take our first break. When we come back, we've got Dr. Chris Swanson from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, and then we've got so much more to get into. Gardner Minshew talk. I will. We'll talk about Gardner Minshew. And of course, we've got to talk Florida State.
Another week.
We have to. Worst case scenario happened again in Tallahassee. We'll do all of that coming up next.
Hayes Carline takes you behind enemy lines each week during the 1010XL Kickoff Show.
Great job, baby.
Trends to watch, key matchups, impact players to know from across the line of scrimmage. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. 5 hours before kickoff.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com. That's where you need to go. If something is bothering you, maybe your foot or your ankle or your back, maybe your shoulder or knee, you need to go to Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Stop limping around. Stop complaining about the pain. Go in there and get it fixed. I did it. You should do it as well. If you need physical therapy, that's the place you go right there, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. There's locations all over town, so there's going to be one near you. The best of the best doctors around. That's Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com.
Baloo here for NASCAR. Just go to NASCARs.com for a new or pre-owned golf cart. They have a mobile service. Come by, give you a brand new battery. You can upgrade your ride. They're open and available with a 24-hour service. Customize your cart. Favorite team, Jags, Gators, Knowles. Family owned. Visit NASCARs and allow our design team to build your dream cart. Visit NASCARs.com for new or used golf cart repair and replacements. NASCARTS.com.
Former NFL quarterback David Garrard had surgery on my left knee. Dr. Murphy has done both of them, and so he's really helped me get back to my ability to get out and move around, play with the kids, and still feel like I'm a former NFL quarterback. Started to get a little older, and things stopped working like they should, and Dr. Murphy and Southeast Orthopedic truly come in and save the day.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
The historic nonprofit Florida Theater needs your help. Visit floridatheater.com and donate to the Cross the Finish Line campaign, which helps the theater to continue providing historic entertainment in downtown Jacksonville for years to come.
Frank Frangie here. For Renewal by Anderson, folks, for a limited time, buy one window or door and get one 40% off, plus no money down, payments, or interest for 12 months. Go to renewalbyanderson.com. Restrictions apply. License number CGC 1527613.
Home tailgate, Donato's Pizza style for your favorite college and pro football games. It's the Donato's Pick 6 bundle with 2 14-inch edge-to-edge one-topping pizzas, 2 full orders of traditional wings, and 2 2-liters of any Pepsi product, all for $49.99 with promo code 335. Fresh, fun, delicious, and delivered, Donato's is in Jax Beach and ready to deliver to you. Stop in, call, or order online now to reserve your Pick 6 bundle today.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. I am often asked, what is the value of my case? The answer, of course, depends on your injuries, liability, and the damages to you financially. And it also very much depends on the law firm you hire to represent you. Many times, firms are hired without much thought or research. All firms are not the same, not even close. I know of firms and lawyers who haven't tried a case in years, maybe never. The insurance company knows who they are, too. Some lawyers need the money more than you do. Go to forthepeople.com and look at our verdicts in court. Here you will see injuries just like yours. You will see what the insurance company offered and, more importantly, what a jury decided. You will have an idea what your case may be worth in our hands. And just because you've already hired a lawyer doesn't mean you can't fire them before it's too late. Happens all the time. For over 30 years, Morgan & Morgan has been here at your time of need. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. On your cell, dial pound law, that's all. Offices, Jacksonville.
Why are you smiling? Dreams come true under the Friday Night Lights.
Because I love football.
Recap this week's high school football games and hear from the winning coaches on the Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Friday Night Lights. Friday Night Lights on 1010XL.
When it comes to septic tanks, for most people, it's out of sight, out of mind, which is only a matter of time. If you wait too long to get your septic tank pumped, sludge can get into the drain field and cause costly damage. So before your drains back up, before your yard is soggy and smelly, give your septic system a service by calling Duck Duck Rooter, your 5-star Google-rated septic company. Financing is available.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Contractors need concrete demoed and hauled off? Get that concrete the plunk out of there. call Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. We want to recycle that clean concrete and have a storage yard to take it on. Need a pump truck or concrete can? We rent them. Now hiring equipment operators and construction superintendents. Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo, 924-0006. Or online at CustomConcreteJacks.com. That's CustomConcreteJacks.com. Get that concrete the plunk out of there.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, one taste and you're feeling good now, smiling wider now, seeing brighter now, bucket dunking now, namasteing now, popping a wheelie now, living lighter now. You're on Tropic Time now. And on Mondays, try our Jaguars Duval Delight Smoothies for $2.99. And you're roaring louder now, end zone dancing now, sipping spirit now. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist presents Dr. Chris Swanson on the Sports Den. A board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, Dr. Swanson has been assistant team physician for the Cincinnati Bengals and Drexel University men's basketball and is the current team physician for several area high schools. Visit se-ortho.com.
Every Monday night, Dr. Chris Swanson from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist joins us to talk about the week's injuries. Doc, how you doing, man?
Good. How you guys doing?
We are good. We are good. A couple of injuries, couple of big injuries to talk about tonight. Starting with, I, for one, am very happy that the broadcast decided not to show us D.D. Westbrook's injury.
It was that bad?
Yeah, they came back and said it's that bad, we're not going to show it.
Wow.
I thought about you, though, Doc, that you were probably disappointed they didn't show it.
Yeah, I mean, I could have definitely watched it.
Yeah, I don't roll that way. So I didn't even hear what the official injury was. Do we know?
ACL, I believe.
ACL, that's it?
Hold on.
I mean,
yeah, torn ACL.
Because even when I just typed in
Nothing
D.D. Westbrook
official.
injury, it even says D.D. Westbrook's gruesome leg injury. I'm not hitting play on it.
And the worst part was he was trying to make up for his fumble. He was like, I'm going to take this out and I'm going to do something big with it.
Yeah, it says it was so severe, CBS wouldn't show a replay. Huh. Wow.
Which we need more of.
So ACLs, wasn't that, Doc, what OBJ had as well?
Yeah, OBJ definitely. They confirmed an ACL for OBJ. I just watched the Westbrook video. I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't like.
He's seen worse.
Yeah, stop being a baby, Denny.
He could walk it off.
Oh, I'm completely.
What about my man? It was somebody who scored a touchdown. I'm trying to remember what game. Obviously, I needed him to score.
Well, there was that Texas A&M kid scored a touchdown and blew out like both his knees.
Nah, but that was just because he was destroying this subpar safety.
UF kids.
He got COVID too, I believe, from the kid as well. I'm just joking, but somebody scored a touchdown.
He wasn't
and
close
they
enough
landed
to him
down.
to get COVID.
That was the Chargers.
That was the Chargers. Okay, yeah.
Chargers.
Do we know what happened to him? Because he had to actually get lifted off, right?
Hunter Henry.
It wasn't Hunter.
It wasn't.
Oh,
It
was a black guy.
Big black guy. Yeah.
Wide receiver.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I didn't see the OBJ one. Was that one bad, Doc?
I didn't see the injury either. I just read about it.
I just saw that he was important to my fantasy team and this loser that I was playing this
Virgil
week.
Green.
Yeah.
I really could have used him scoring anything, and then he goes out and selfishly blows his knee out. So now I'm losing to this.
To me.
This
to the guy who's number one in the league.
This
who's now
guy
6-1.
Ooh.
Who all the women ask me about.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
seriously,
6-1.
somebody asked me about you on Twitter the other day. I'm like, come on, man. He's happily married.
Happily married.
But Doc.
Virgil Green, by the way, X-rays negative. Will miss 3 to 4 weeks.
So what is that?
What does that mean,
Why,
Doc?
why is he out 3 weeks?
Well, it was a bad ankle sprain.
Oh.
You saw it.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. Doc, we're going all over the place. The receiver for Alabama.
Ruggs. Or, I mean.
No, it's not Ruggs.
Ruggs.
Yeah, we all sound high tonight.
What is his name? Riggins?
Jeez.
Focus.
Do you know it, Doc?
Waddle.
Jalen Waddle. There we go. Jalen Waddle. My first thought was because they said they had the ambulance come.
So that means he's out 2 weeks.
Well, no, my first thought was, were they about to do that ankle, that
That's
high
what I'm
ankle
saying.
thing
Like,
again?
he's only out 2 weeks. Like, that doesn't mean anything.
But what did it end up being, Doc?
I think he had a fracture as well. I'm not 100% positive.
Let's see. He's going to miss the rest of the season.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So he's out, which stinks for him.
So they don't have what they gave to him.
No, that's what I was wondering. It says he got a very similar injury to what Kenyon Drake had, the high ankle sprain, but also a fracture. Okay, so
fracture.
So because it's a fracture, they can't do is it tight roping? Is that what it is?
Yeah, the tightrope. So sometimes you still, even if there's a fracture, which may need a plate and screws, sometimes you still need a tightrope to tighten the ligament up between the two bones. So I guess they'll probably get a plate and a tightrope.
But he's out for the year, it says.
Saban said on Monday that he wouldn't specifically rule him out being out for the year. He said 6 to 8 weeks.
I like that because Saban is the only person that can look at an injury or a virus or anything and say,
that ain't nothing.
We can overcome this with hard work,
good
surgery. Diet, and drugs.
But I want to stay on this with Dr. Swanson, though. So when we talk about ankle injuries, there's the sprain, which is high ankle sprain, regular ankle sprain, and then explain to me this fracture thing. So you can fracture your ankle, you can break your ankle, you can sprain your ankle. Does that cover them all?
Yeah, I mean, so your sprains are just the soft tissue injuries, and the high ankle sprain just means that soft tissue injury kind of propagates further up, closer and closer to the knee. And then a broken bone adds a different element. You know, a lot of times you can just sort of have an isolated break and you may not have the same ligament or soft tissue injuries. And then sometimes you can have a combination of a break of the bone combined with the soft tissue injuries. And then the other one is the Dak Prescott fracture dislocation, which dislocates the bone, injures the ligament. It can break the bone at the same time. So that's kind of the worst of all of them.
It's the worst, but is it also the one that heals the best, though? Because how many times have we seen these ankle injuries, just linger on for the entire season?
Right. So, I mean, a broken bone will heal predictably. So, you get it lined up, put a plate and screws on there to hold it in place, and in 8 weeks to 12 weeks at max, it should be completely healed. But at this time of year, that's still going to put you out. I just saw that injury. Yeah, that's a bad ankle injury.
The Jalen Waddle one?
Yeah.
No,
he got rolled on.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
He got somebody rolled right onto the outside of his leg and completely pronated his foot.
Andy Dalton.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't understand, though. What is the difference? And I'm not trying to discount what the guy did. Like it was a bad hit. It was John Bostic, right? Former Gator.
Yeah.
It was a nasty hit, but we used to see that hit all the time. I mean, we used to see quarterbacks sliding and get hit like that all the time. What's happened between now and then? Is it just more of an awareness of what this actually does to somebody that has us like really talking about these hits as opposed to 15 years ago?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's exactly it. I mean, when we were all growing up on Sunday night, you got jacked up. I mean, these hits were like, they made the highlight reel with Chris Berman and his gang on Sunday Night Football.
Not necessarily the ones with the guy sliding and getting destroyed.
JJ, no, absolutely. I can remember. Bro, I can remember old
People
Cowboy
were never
Stadium
celebrating a quarterback sliding and being destroyed like that. People celebrate when you go across the middle.
Yeah, I can remember
That's
watching.
always been a dirty hit.
I can remember watching the old Philadelphia, like the old Vet and the old Cowboy Stadium, where they were literally playing on concrete with carpet on top of it.
Oh yeah, that's
my point is the head bouncing like 3 or 4 times, and the dude runs off for about 5 plays, and he comes back in, and we don't say anything about it. That's specifically what I'm asking about here, Doc.
He celebrated on high school. I remember, I went back home a couple of years ago. My mom had the VHSs of Friday Night Lights, the hit of the week, and a couple of times I was blessed to be on the right side of those, and in my soul, I smiled. But like now, I could be arrested possibly for some of those things that I did
I
to some
totally
people's
am
children.
with you, and I agree 100%. But I just think that specific hit was so egregious.
Oh no, that one was
I don't
dirty.
think in any time people were like, "Yeah, that's awesome."
But like now you'll get out. They'll get you up out of there. But even like, when did they really start?
Well, what was
like,
the
throwing?
Let's keep
flags?
it medical here.
Okay.
What was the? What did they say was wrong with Andy Dalton? Does he have a concussion? Have you heard?
Yeah, he has a concussion. And I mean, what really changed is all the education regarding CTE and concussion. That all has kind of come more and more to light in the past decade with the lawsuit against the NFL, and then, more and more research on the implications of these head injuries, and then trying to legislate those type of tackles like completely out of the game. And we talked about before. I mean, it has seemed on the surface level like there's been less concussions than say 5 or 10 years ago. And I think it is because people are getting used to the new rules.
I think definitely. I think there's definitely a lot less. What's the protocol now? So when can you return from a concussion? What does that process look like now?
So, it depends. So one, it depends on the severity of the concussion. So if you have any symptoms whatsoever, you're completely out for the remainder of that game.
What are symptoms? Let's walk us through that. What are symptoms of a concussion?
So if you had any loss of consciousness at the time of impact, like Andy Dalton might have, if you have any headaches, any confusion, any blurry vision, headaches, nausea, any of those kind of things count as a symptom. And if you have any of those symptoms, so no matter what, you're out of the game, regardless of your symptoms.
Hell, I have 3 of those right now.
Yeah, I would have been. I don't think I would
even if you don't have those symptoms and it looked like that kind of a hit, especially at the high school level, you got to pull them out.
So you have, let's say you have a concussion and it's, the following week. What's the protocol for coming back from a recovery of a concussion?
So there's a specific return to play protocol that takes about 5 days to go through, but you can't start the return to play protocol until you're completely asymptomatic. So if you have a little bit of a lingering headache, then you can't start the return to play protocol. And then once you're completely asymptomatic at rest, then you start kind of a light workout. You have to be asymptomatic for the light workout to be able to take the next step, and then the next step, and the next step before you can get back to kind of full speed and then contact again.
How much has that protocol changed even in the last 5 years? Like, is there still the baseline testing and all that stuff?
Right. So then that's the other thing is a lot of places, and most of the high schools and 100% of all the big colleges and pros do have baseline concussion testing. And then that's used as a factor as well to decide, when your brain has healed enough for you to be able to return to a contact sport.
Yeah, I think that's because I've been out of coaching for 6 years now, 7 years now.
Yeah.
And it is like, this, James, it was like every year you had to take that concussion test as a coach, and it changed every single year. And I'm just curious how much has changed since we've both been out and haven't had to take that test.
I think in the past 5 years, I don't know that a lot has changed. I'd say from 10 years ago to 5 years ago was when I think there were a lot of changes.
Really? Because I remember when I took it, it was just like, it was common sense. But it was common sense, but a lot of things that football players have been programmed to get over. And I guess like now with more awareness and more doctors on, especially on the high school level, on the sidelines, they're just like, they're taking it out of the coach's hands and I'm glad I'm not coaching, and I probably would be different with my kids because I also don't care if my kids play football. I hope they do, but I don't care. But I'm the worst person to come and tell, like, you're hurt. I was like, I play with a broken hand, torn labrum, probably. Well, they called it mild concussions then, like, which now you'll be out. There's no such thing as a mild concussion.
There's no such thing as mild. It's a concussion or not a concussion, period. And if you're even a little bit concerned about it, then out for the game.
Like, I remember missing
then
plays.
You reassess.
Like, I was playing, but I wasn't there. It was fight or flight. Like, you took a hit, you kind of got rocked, and you lose 5 plays until you kind of get your bearings back. I'm sure in today's game that's not happening.
Yeah. Well, and you were also encouraged to lie. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Doc,
Thank God for Will Smith.
On these ACLs, we see some that go into like surgery the next day or day after, and then we see others that it's a week or so before they go into surgery. What determines that?
So a lot of that has to do with whether it's just an ACL, or if you have other ligament involvement. So if you have an MCL or a PCL or an LCL involvement with the ACL, it also depends on if you have a meniscus tear or not. And then the biggest thing is the swelling issue. It depends how swollen it is. If the knee really gets swollen very quickly, and a lot of times you want to let the swelling come down and the soft tissues heal a little bit before your surgery. So, if you can get, for the advantage for the pro athletes is they sometimes have the potential literally to have the surgery on a Sunday or first thing on a Monday morning, which is kind of unrealistic in the real population. And so if you can get it in that super acute window before it gets really swollen, then sometimes you can do it safely. But once it starts to get swollen, a lot of times you want to wait, let the swelling go down, get some normal range of motion back, get your quad muscle firing, and kind of wait 10 to 14 days before surgery.
So last thing, and then we'll let you get to your night. Average Joe Blow comes off the street, not a professional athlete, and has knee pain.
Jags give him the kicker job.
Exactly, and then put him on IR. What is the average? Like, I know I'm gonna say the average diagnosis, but when you start to feel knee pain as an adult, I don't know. Let's say you're 44, hypothetically. What does that usually mean?
An old football player that's 44. So as you start to get into your later 30s and 40s, your most common thing is to have a little bit of mild wear and tear of the cartilage, which is having a little bit of mild arthritis, and that can cause some intermittent pain in your knee. If you have a specific injury, then the most common thing that can happen is you can tear your meniscus, which is the shock absorber that sits between your thigh bone and shin bone. And if you tear that meniscus, that can cause swelling, significant pain on the inside or outside part of the knee. Your knee can get stuck or locked, and then that can be something that can require surgery in order to fix. But the most common thing is just kind of wear and tear that's accumulated over time, unless you've had a specific injury.
How normal is what I have? How normal is it that you see a guy? I think you've told me that I was a little young for this, but how normal is it that you see people come in and they have, what is it, like no cartilage?
Yeah, I mean, so an area of cartilage, a sort of a focal or specific area of cartilage wear, especially behind the kneecaps, is really common. And, that's from sports, from growing up, from playing sports, from getting tackled, from lifting weights and doing squats over the years and running. What you have is really kind of an accumulation of that wear and tear. And that's really the most common thing as we start to hit our late 30s, 40s, 50s type of deal.
All right. And y'all still doing the bump and bruise clinics, right?
Yeah, bumps and bruises clinics go through the end of the regular season for high school football. So we have this weekend and then the first weekend in November. So we got 2 weeks left of the bumps and bruises leading up to the playoffs. So if you get hurt and play in any sport, it doesn't have to be just football. Come on in and see us on Saturday, get evaluated, get a start on your treatment, which is important at this time of year, especially as we get into the playoffs. You got 6 or 7 days to get better, to have a chance to get back out there. So getting a jump on it is crucial.
You can find Dr. Swanson at the Brooks YMCA, correct?
Brooks YMCA off Gate Parkway.
Yep,
9 o'clock on Saturday morning.
There you go. If you get banged up this week, go by, see him, get treatment right away. That's 9 o'clock on Saturday at the Brooks YMCA off of Gate Parkway. Doc, we appreciate it as always.
You bet. You guys have a good week.
All right, you too, Doc. That's Dr. Chris Swanson from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Get to se-ortho.com. You can learn everything you need to learn about them and their practice locations all over town. se-ortho.com. Florida State coming up next.
During football season, the best thing about Monday is talking about Sunday's games. We got to raise the bar. Expert analysis of Sunday's game all day. Brought to you by Dandy Foods, home of the Monster Turkey Wedge. So good it's scary on 1010XL.
The Lou here for Russ Voris, State Farm, the #1 auto insurance company in America. Why not be with the #1 agent in America? That's where I go, russvoris.com. Now, at State Farm, they do the most auto and home policies of any company in America. Why not package it together? That's right, your auto and home insurance all in one policy. Superior service, product, and great rates. Visit russvoris.com. So again, for the very best in auto and home insurance, visit State Farm That's russmorris.com.
This is Avery Jones of the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's time to get in the game. Make your voice heard by exercising your right to vote this fall. The ballot is your chance to make a difference in our community. Visit jaguars.com/vote for all details. Remember that early voting kicks off October 19th and Election Day is November 3rd. So get off the sidelines, Jacksonville. It's time to get in the game. The choice is yours.
Here's your 1010XL First Coast Community Calendar.
Hope Haven believes in children and youth with special needs and abilities and has developed programs to help ensure their success. Find out more about their employment services and internship program at hope-haven.org.
Big Brothers Big Sisters nurtures local kids and strengthens communities. You build positive relationships that have a lasting effect on young people. Get involved at bbbs.org.
Habitat for Humanity helps families build and improve their homes. If you want to build a better Jacksonville, visit habitat.org.
Join Jacksonville's City Rescue Mission to help transform the lives of the homeless and needy. crmjax.org.
First Coast YMCA helps develop Jacksonville's youth. You can help our children find a better future at fcymca.org.
If you're involved with a community event and you'd like us to help spread the word, visit our website to find out how at 1010xl.com.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Jeep Adventure Days. It's an Oktoberfest of great deals from your number one hometown dealer, Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows. Celebrate the 80th anniversary of Jeep and choose from the best selection of Grand Cherokee, Wrangler, Gladiator, Compass, Renegade, and Cherokee. Drive a brand new 2021 Jeep Compass and save up to $5,000 off MSRP. Get a new Cherokee and save up to $7,000. Come in for a test drive, or we can bring the test drive to you. We've got a great selection of Renegades from just $139 a month. Just $139. Drive a new Charger from only $329 a month. Good credit, not so good credit. Our lenders want to make you a new car loan. Come in now. Bring your trade with you. We want to pay you more for it. Today's a great day to get a great deal. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, I-295 and Bay Meadows.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On October 26, 1984, Michael Jordan makes his league debut against the Washington Bullets, finishing with 16 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, customtreesurgeons.com. That's customtreesurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and right now we're getting into the fall months. We're talking about hunting season. You've got some great rides for some guys, some ladies to go out and do a little hunting.
We do. We've got a full line of side-by-sides. We've got every Pioneer Honda makes in stock. We've got every Honda model ATV in stock. We are stocked up and ready for the fall.
Hot temps, cool temps, you've got it all. You've got something for somebody to ride.
We've got something for everybody, and we're ready to roll right now.
Online, cyclesofjacksonville.com, and check out the showroom right there in Atlantic and Regents.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now, when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so now is a great time to call 8338-ROCKET. And if you need some extra money, a cash-out refinance could give you that financial boost you're looking for. Call today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
What other sports show do you know at the break helps design hats?
You know, sometimes I think he should use his slogan over at Dome, do better. Because this got to be better than us, but I respect it, though. It's my favorite Gator.
Really?
I mean, I do business with him.
You like Whitaker better than Tebow? Are you putting him on Tebow's level?
Yes.
Wow.
If I had to do a Mount Rushmore of Gators,
okay,
Jeff Whitaker would be up there, and Tebow, he would actually be there before Tebow.
My favorite Gator is Brock Berlin.
Y'all coming in strong tonight. Would Jeff have a hat on?
Of course.
On the Mount Rushmore.
MFTK hat at that.
I like it. If y'all aren't buying hats from Dome Hats, then bump y'all. Y'all don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're missing. And they're not even paying us, by the way. I'm just telling you that. Your boy's on the line. So Sports Den, by the way, brought to you by thehumidor.com. Get to thehumidor.com for all your cigar needs. Huge selection of cigars, already low prices. Fill up your cart when you check out. It's 20% off if you type in Sports Den. All lowercase, all one word, Sports Den at thehumidor.com. Our weekly Andre update. Andre, what up?
What's going on, fellas?
Getting in on James again?
No. I mean, it was expected. It was a false positive with the Carolina game. You know, false positive test. You know.
I haven't heard that.
So, you know, I was kind of expecting that.
James will have that tweeted out in 30 seconds.
I'm about to tweet it right now.
I think my biggest question is, James, what if we could put you in the seat? Just give me the breakdown of what's really going on, because it's something else. And second, I've heard in the winds they're having a players only meeting today. How many players only meeting have you 6 games in? I mean, if you don't know what you're doing by now, there's no need of meeting and talking about it now.
A players only? Is that true?
Yes, there was a
players only meeting after 4 losses.
Yes, week 7. There was a players only meeting.
Okay,
it's not when I would have a players only meeting. I would have probably had it after Georgia Tech,
right?
Maybe Miami.
4 losses that ship is
yeah, you know, it's kind of like a little late in the game now, but no judgment on my part. What would I would blame COVID.
You'd stay with that game plan?
Isn't that what they are doing?
Murder Hornets, Mercury retrograde, lunar pool, Jupiter rising, water on the moon,
the election.
Oh, good one.
Black Lives Matter has to be a part of this because they are black players and their lives.
They're distracted.
They're distraction.
Right.
Really, whatever excuse you want to
warming.
make. Global warming is definitely
students come back to campus.
Yep. You know, just a lot of distractions.
Stuff at home. Like so much stuff happened to these guys back at home that you don't know about.
Yeah, you know, Danny Cannell pretty much every day tells us about how much these guys would be lost in life if they had to go back to their homes, and they're thinking about survivor's remorse. Like they've got it all, and their family members don't have anything. Basically, whatever loser excuse you could think of to make sure that people pick, that's really what I would be trying to use, because that's you're talking about from a fan perspective or a winner's perspective.
If you were the coach.
Oh, I would probably take the same approach as Mike Norvell's doing. I would say that it's my fault that we lost, but I would stop saying that it's just my fault. I would forget this throwing people under the bus. It's the truth. It's what the statistics show us. Like, these guys aren't any good. And what I don't believe we have guys that want to be here. And what is my job to do for the rest of this season is to figure out who wants to be here and figure out who's not going to be here. Because with the new NCAA rules, with no APR for the next 2 years, and everybody getting an extra year, there will be changes.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
What's APR?
The graduation rate. So basically, it's a free reign to get rid of everybody's scholarships. So I would let them know that.
Which they had to do since they weren't counting the year anyway.
Right. If you're going to screw me, best believe I'm going to screw you.
Just start eliminating key codes into the building.
Yep. You're going to come right in there. So that's what Mike has to do. And he's got to say, we didn't, make excuses for your coaches, even if you're going to fire them. We didn't do a proper job of assessing. And that's why we're in the situation that we are right now. But that would take a lot of humility. And what I would do, and this is what Florida State fans don't really want to understand. Much is made of Mike Norvell's coaching tree, right? About how he's had 40 assistants go on to better jobs. But very little is made of whose tree he comes from.
Man, you don't get a tree until you've done something.
Facts. But what I'm saying is this, because this is the truth right here. When you look at who all the successful coaches are, there's one of two things. They've really either got it out the mud. I'll use Urban Meyer as an example. He was at 2 Group of 5 schools before he would transition to a Power 5. He showed that he was a true program builder, which made him attractive to the University of Florida, what they needed. Or they come from a lineage, a Saban tree, a Belichick tree, if you will, a lot of these other ones. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be successful, but it gives you a little bit. It doesn't typically make you look lost. Or they've been brought up, like Jimbo was technically a little bit of Saban, technically Bobby, but he got a chance to nurture and grow up under Bobby. There is no, like we like to say, OG that he could call upon, because it's Fuentes. He's not who I would want to call in this situation. He needs to go look at who are the people who are off the market, who have head coaching experience, who are respected. What I would do is go to Mark Richt. And the reason why I say Mark Richt isn't because he's won championships, but he did have Georgia back to respectability. And after 2 years, which I don't know why they ran him out, but after 2 years, he had Miami with 10 wins, right? Second year, JJ? First year
he was there for a few years. Oh, in his second year.
Yeah,
Miami was good.
Yeah.
They got rid of him after year 3, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
But my point is not hiring him as an analyst or as a trusted advisor that you can really bounce ideas off of. Somebody that you will humble yourself, listen to, and respect, because it's clear that you don't have a pulse of the team, and you don't have the buy-in, and you don't really know what to do except for make great quotes.
Well, I'm on ESPN.com right now, and what we're talking about is Florida State's loss to Louisville this past weekend, 48-16. They've got a typo on ESPN.com that we need to email, because they're trying to tell me that FSU was 14 for 41 throwing the ball.
No.
Oh, my Lord.
No, I think so. I think it is a typo. It's 42 pass attempts.
They're saying Jordan Travis was 14 for 32, and that Chubba Purdy was 0 for 9.
Can I ask you a question? Because I made this statement.
0 for 9?
Yes. How difficult is it to throw 9 consecutive incompletions?
That's pretty difficult.
Now, people said that there were 5 drops. I saw 3, but they said that there were 5. I said if there are 5 drops in your 9 incompletions, maybe your ball is uncatchable.
Right.
So that's from a quarterback perspective.
Yeah,
okay,
but
that's fair.
14 of 41?
Now, what I want you to do, though, Dennis, if you will, go look at the rushing statistics and tell me what was wrong with the offensive game plan, because something will be striking to you if you look at those.
They rushed 40 times for 265. I mean, I see your top 3 runners all averaged over 7 yards a carry.
Right. 12 if I believe, 8 if I believe, and then 6.5.
6.1, yeah.
So what that's telling me, okay, hold on. Let me just do the math here. There's 10 yards. Traditionally, historically, there's 10 yards in the first down, right? Okay.
You don't know how big the links are. Maybe 9 3/4.
You get 4 downs, correct?
You do.
Okay. So if I think about my top 3 rushers, let's just say 6.1.
Okay.
Hypothetically speaking. If I rush 1 time, it's 6.1 yards.
Right.
If I rush 2, it's 12.2.
You got a first down.
If I'm minus 10, it's 2 yards to spare. So,
you should probably do that more.
Not a problem. 10 yards. A football field is 100 yards. That's 10 yards.
But you threw the ball 41
what
times.
If I'm running that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you're the game is out of hand, your defense can't stop nothing. Maybe we should just take our ball and go home. Obviously, running the ball is working. Even my quarterback, who was hobbled, is averaging like almost 4 yards a carry. So he can go 3 rushes and get a first down.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things that people just need to start questioning. And it's okay.
Are y'all ready to tell me that what I saw in that spring practice from Jordan Travis is who he is?
Dude, Jordan Travis is a running back that is somewhat adequate in throwing the ball. We don't know what
14 to
Chuba
32 is not adequate.
But now, depends. To the Davey O'Brien folks, they gave him an award when he was 8 for 19. So, I mean, we don't really know what's good
How
as a
does Chuba
quarterback.
Purdy have a QBR? How do you go 0 for 9, no touchdowns, no interceptions, no
I
yards?
think he might have. Did he get no rushing yards?
You have a 1.0 QBR.
I mean, I don't know, man. But, like, I will say this.
Oh, he did have 2 rushes for 8 yards.
Somebody had the nerve, because people are still sensitive on the quarterback front, because they got to explain away 0 for 9. Like, well, you have to put in context. But then they got the nerve to say, well, one person said, has anybody actually seen Jeff Sims play? And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really watched a lot of Jeff Sims.
What do you mean?
Like, because they were trying to say, like, because people were like, we shouldn't have got rid of Jeff Sims. We should have kept him, because the narrative is still being pushed that Mike Norvell hopped in a private jet, flew to
suggesting that
Jacksonville.
Jeff's not having a good year?
Right. And so when I actually looked, he's had 2 very bad games. They've lost a lot of games, but 2 really bad. One was Clemson.
Right.
Hey, our day is coming.
Right.
So I ain't even going to talk about
Clemson
that.
and Syracuse. Yep.
Yeah, Syracuse was abysmal.
Yep.
When you look at UCF, okay, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown, but I think he had 1 on the ground as well. So 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Everything else is actually pretty damn good. We would kill for that, right?
Dude, he's 3rd in the ACC in passing, which total yards.
So what I did was I put up the guy's stats. I said the better question is, have you watched Jeff Sims? So right now, there's a fraction of the fan base who's like, they're tired of all the fluff pieces. And they're starting to screenshot the articles that the big dogs wrote about the defense and how it's going to be smart, fast, and physical. And then they put that screenshot of that title, and then they put, like, the fact that we average like 500 yards a game.
They're actually dumb, slow, and soft.
Right, exactly. So they're putting that up. And then I want to read this tweet, because this guy is a PhD person candidate. He's a troll, major troll. He's a friend of mine, but he's a major troll. People, Palm Beach _post, if you will, follow. People throw around words culture, development, buy-in, because they aren't tangible things and it's easy to hide behind them. That stat sheet and scoreboard says you're getting your ass beat, though. So, again, Florida State fans, I get it. You, deep down inside, like, you got to accept this. And this is it's not going to make it go away, because we got to deal with it. It's our burden to bear. We got to accept that we were wrong in the way that we handled it. And this wasn't the first guy. If you still believe that this was the first choice, boy, then you really do believe our admin is inept and stupid, which is fine too. 2 things can be true. But you don't make a big boy move firing a coach at this point last year. Next week will be it. And get a group of 5 coach that delays you 1 week, that comes in and does this, because here's the truth. The truth is this, in the stat sheet, I can't give you buy-in. I can't tell you about coaching. I can't tell you about development and character discipline. But what I can show you is that we were 3 games that we lost by 1 possession last year. That would have put us as a 10-win program. And what I can tell you is there ain't a loss where we even look like we pinched a soul.
Yeah,
I can't tell you the one win we have. The one win we have. 558 yards and 27 first downs. That is not a stat sheet that's indicative of a team that should have even won it. That's not being. That's
what the other team had.
Yeah, that's what North Carolina had. That's not being negative. What that is telling the truth. Let me tell you I know you don't play lotto and you get mad at the people at the gas station, but maybe you want to play these numbers. 2, 3, 6, 7, 0. You know what those stand for?
No.
Any team that you played with a pulse, that's your offensive touchdown. That's your points scored in the second half with an offensive guru. That 6 is 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's not good.
That 2 is I still don't know how that happened. It's okay. That's not being negative. That's not James being negative. That's James pointing out the truth. Like, what I give you is stuff that's tangible that you can put. Penalties we're more disciplined. Or last year it was illegal procedures, it was false starts, it was illegal formations. That's why they didn't look like they were lined up. Go look at how many of those penalties we've had this year. Everything that you said, you can't hire your homeboys. Tag hired 3 people that he worked with. The other guys, he had no previous relationship. How many people has Mike Norvell hired that he knows that are from his quote unquote tree? Everything the reason why people are arguing with you is because everything you said to fire the last coach, you're turning a blind eye on this coach. And nobody's even suggesting fire Mike Norvell. What they're suggesting is that this isn't the standard. And before anybody, and then people are coining to the point where they're blaming former players for making it toxic. Like they didn't call the decade I played in the lost decade, which you would pay great money to have that, by the way.
It's gotten to the point now where we can't even. I don't know about you, JJ, but this was fun a year ago.
It's
Still
not
fun.
Are you still having fun with
I
it?
love every second of it.
For me, I'm like,
sad.
I'm bored with it now.
It's sad. It gets because it's not even like a fighting loss.
They've never been beaten like this.
Yeah, it's like
this is so pathetic.
This is you just started your football program ass whipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's lost all
And
fun.
They were only 4-point underdogs on
I'll
Saturday.
tell you why it's not fun, Diddy. Because the fan base lost their fight. They're losers and they're giving loser blood and they're giving loser excuses. And that's not what a big time program does.
No, I'll tell you why.
Even the former players, Vince Williams, because I know what happened to me, and I've shared the story about Deion Sanders and the guys and what they did to us. Derek Brooks has made defense of Mike Norvell. It's funny when Vince Williams comes and says Derek Brooks cussed them out in the second at halftime. It called them soft. He was like, we had the number 2 defense in the nation at that point. That was the standard that we used to have. What was it? Above the Rim, there was the movie Bernie Mac, guy rest of the dead, had this scene. We used to be kings, Shep. We used to be something. And that's kind of what I feel like. We used to be king. Our old guys used to say, no, James, y'all suck. When I went to church, Corey Simon every Sunday would tell me, how dare you lose to Miami at that point? And I'm like, well, when you lost to Florida once, and I have never lost. It's like they used to call you out about things. Now they're just like, well, it's acceptable. They're in the right place to scheme. No, cuss them out like you cuss me out. That's the only way it's going to be better. Once you lower the standard is the standard. Expectations are expectations.
No, you're right.
When you lower your standard to thinking against expectations, you stand to lose both.
That's why it's not fun anymore, because it's like I'd see the scores come across. And it's like, oh, Florida State's in a close game. Let's flip it over there. And you had to wait till the very last second to see who won. Now it's like I see the score come across, and if Florida State's down by 7, I know they're about to get boat raced. Like, I don't even have to turn the game on. They have to be up to even have the slightest chance of it being a close game in the second half right now.
Yeah.
That's why it's no fun. By the way, to the person who asked about Jeff Sims, just take like opponents real quick.
Ooh, man.
Louisville.
Yeah, he put up 48.
Yeah, Jeff had over 330 yards that game and 3 touchdowns, no picks, no turnovers.
They beat Louisville?
Yes, 46-27.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
So, yeah. I just want to help educate y'all's fan base if y'all are wondering how.
Nah, it's just they do that, Jeff Sims. It's like James, your energy changed with Jeff Sims. Jeff said, like, my energy changed in December. Like, I've interviewed Mike, and I like Mike. It's just, again, give me
By the
something
way, Mike
tangible.
Norvell will be on XL Primetime tomorrow afternoon at 12:15.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Why?
I don't know. Trying to save face
Why
or something?
doesn't he, like, I don't know, I mean, that's great for them. But again, that's the only thing that will stop making me, like, JJ, pencil in and have them ask, why won't you talk to the alumni at the station?
Come on the night
Why
show.
won't you come on the night shows? Why won't you talk to Rick again and tell him that why won't you talk to Big Game?
Because we don't know what it's all about.
The guys who actually
understand what it's all about.
The guys who graduated from Florida State have a vested interest in it. Like I haven't interviewed Manny. Manny ain't coming on this show.
He's coming on a show with 3 Gators and a Hurricane.
I mean, that's ballsy.
We got to take a break. 8 o'clock coming up next.
Turn on the radio.
In your car, 92.5 FM and 1010 AM.
Would you like to drive for a while?
In your house, at the beach, on your phone, at the gym, on vacation, out of town.
Well, everyone knows that.
Download our free 1010XL app for all smart devices.
If you struggle using CPAP, it can leave you feeling tired, forgetful,
Who put this banana in the toaster?
you did?
Cool. Okay, just checking.
And even impact your health. Fortunately, now there's Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
As a pro, you got what it takes to do your job. But for some jobs, it's good to know you can rent what it takes from the Home Depot, like pro-grade tools and large equipment. Everything from skid steer loaders and concrete saws to paint sprayers. The kind of gear you need when you need it, only when you need it. And when you're done, just bring it back. For the pro-grade tools you need to finish the job, start with a click on homedepot.com/rent. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Hey, Sonny's BBQ Pitmaster Shannon Snell here back for another Pitmaster Pro tip. Rubbing it down. Great barbecue is more than just barbecue sauce. Rubs are seasoning that give food more depth and flavor. Most great barbecue rubs start with a good base of salt and sugar. However, experiment with your favorite. If you don't want to, come on into Sonny's Barbecue, where you can grab one of our bottles of dry rub seasoning. It goes great with absolutely everything. Sonny's BBQ.
Contractors, need concrete demoed and hauled off? Get that concrete the plunk out of there. Call Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo. We want to recycle that clean concrete and have a storage yard to take it on. Need a pump truck or concrete can? We rent them. Now hiring equipment operators and construction superintendents. Plunk's Concrete Recycling and Demo, 924-0006. Or online at CustomConcreteJacks.com. That's CustomConcreteJacks.com. Get that concrete the plunk out of there.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, one taste and you're feeling good now, smiling wider now, seeing brighter now, bucket dunking now, namasteing now, popping a wheelie now, living lighter now. You're on Tropic Time now. And on Mondays, try our Jaguars Duval Delight Smoothies for $2.99. And you're roaring louder now, end zone dancing now, sipping spirit now. You're on Tropic Time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Jaguars fans, let's tackle social injustice together with Selfies for Change. Visit TIAABank.com/selfies for change to take a virtual selfie with a Jaguars player and unlock a $5 donation to the Jaguars Foundation to help fight social injustice. Share your photo on Instagram or Twitter using hashtag Selfies for Change so more fans can be part of the movement. Join us today at TIAABank.com/selfies for change. TIAA Bank is the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Up in the morning with the rising sun, back to our dock before the day is done. Boats and trucks and airplanes too, bringing seafood from the world to you. Fresh from us to your family, come be a part of our legacy. Fisherman stop, where seafood lovers shop. Fisherman stop, the ultimate seafood shop.
Hi, this is Joe Butler from Black Creek Outfitters. Getting outside on the water in the Florida sun may be the best medicine of all. At Black Creek, we specialize in getting you out on the water on kayaks and paddleboards. Two things we offer: free delivery in the area and 12 months no interest financing. Call us up at 904-645-7003 and we can get your new kayak or paddleboard out to you today so you can get on the water tomorrow. Black Creek Outfitters, locally owned and operated by the Butler family since 1983.
In 1919, my great-grandfather founded Catlin as a Studebaker dealership, and now we're the oldest truck accessory store in the U.S. This is Keith Catlin, and I'm proud to be the fourth-generation owner. If you need anything for your truck, van, or SUV, come see it. From Lear toppers to rolling lot bed covers to trailer hitches and everything in between. Let us take care of all your accessory needs. Quality count at Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You mad, bro? 1010XL 92.5 FM Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hang out.
Woo, man, you gotta let that breathe, man. I've been so angry lately, man. You know, when you're this angry about everything, you start to sweat and you get hot. Get dehydrated. You know what you gotta do? You gotta refresh yourself with the best beverage that's natural. Water, but not just any water, alkaline water. Best alkaline water is based here in Jacksonville, Alkavita alkaline water. Go to alkavita.life, ALKAVITA.life to order for delivery. Yes, people who listening, if you're in Dallas, Texas, if you're in Montana, they will ship to you. The water has got an 8 pH. If you're in the alkaline water, that's pretty good. That's not acidic. It'll help flush your system out, especially your insides for those who have digestive issues. It's the best water you can drink. Alkavita Life alkaline water.
Speaking of Montana, what did you think of Taven?
What size you wear?
And a
what
hoodie
size you
XL.
wear? XL? Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of Taven's performance yesterday?
Taven was balling.
I was so shocked.
The worst celebrations ever, though.
I think he does. He's not used to
Montana
being successful.
swag. Yeah, it's all new to him.
I thought he was from Wyoming.
Oh, whatever. My
Same
bad.
difference.
Same thing.
That's
Montana,
me being
Wyoming,
racist.
Did you see when he squatted down? Like crisscross applesauce, did you see that?
He didn't know what to do. So he didn't know what to do. So he just took a seat.
I'd rather
he was like, I got to tackle for loss. Let me sit down like kindergarten.
I'd rather him not make a play than have to watch that. That was terrible. And then he brushed off his shoe.
Oh,
but
man.
he for Taven, he balled.
Best game of his career.
He's wondering if he's getting in the Pro Bowl now.
In a loss.
Oh, well, of course it was a
Wasn't
loss.
his
That was a
fault.
win. What were you hoping for yesterday?
Good game.
a good
I
question.
wasn't even like that game got me out of a bad mood because at first I was letting them tweets fly. 16-0. Oh, this is crazy. I was ready to fire everybody. Then it got going. I think it all started when JJ brought up a very good point. He probably should be fired, and he probably is setting black coaches back. I just didn't want to admit it. You take Herbert out for no reason.
That's when
just
it really did turn.
really randomly. My man is actually balling. All right, let's get out of here. Let's see what we got with this. Oh, okay, get him out. Get him out of here. Get the baseball bat name sounding guy. Get him out of here.
He had a pass.
It doesn't change, so y'all don't get on me about this. I still think Doug Marrone should be gone today. I liked his F it attitude yesterday. Every time they showed him, my man was, arms crossed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and go for 2. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for that fourth down. Why not? Go ahead and run that. Let's go for 2 again. Let's chase some more points in the second quarter. I kind of dig that.
Yeah,
if you're going to lose, act like you don't care.
What I was curious about, and I talked about this a few weeks ago, is have we lost DJ? Have we lost?
I think there's something wrong with him.
Is there something wrong with him, or is there something with him and Gardner?
Physically.
Okay, because it just seems like Gardner's not quite giving them the Allen Hurns, Blake Bortles treatment, but it's getting borderline
If
criminal.
you look at Gardner's not playing well, so I'm not in any way, shape, or form taking up for Gardner here. But if you go back and you look at his targets, it's like when Gardner misses him, he leads him too much. It's almost like that timing is off. I'm wondering if he's a step slower because wasn't he hurt a couple weeks ago or dealing with an ankle or something? And Gardner's not doing that necessarily with other guys. So I'm going to give that a couple weeks before I think. I got to know DJ pretty well in the offseason. That dude's a grinder. That dude, he's going to get out there and give everything he's got even if he's hurt. He's not the kind that's going to be, my ankle's hurting, let me sit out this game. So I'm wondering if that's the situation there. Gardner, oh boy. Here's my hate o'clock. It's all you people that said Gardner needs to stay in the pocket longer. You weren't wrong. Yes, he should stay in the pocket longer. But those first couple series, see what y'all got that man doing? Y'all understand that he's not 6'1" like it's listed? He's not even close.
Definitely not 6'1".
No. So you understand that when you stay in the pocket, there's a bunch of really big dudes, especially on our offensive line, getting walked back into your lap. And that really kind of messes with your vision.
Mm-hmm.
If the dude is best at escaping the pocket, then let him escape the pocket. Now, he understands, and everybody understands, that if that's what he has to do to play, that means he's not going to be a long-term starter. Like, that's a fact. I get that. You can't sustain that through a career. But if you got to do that to complete passes this year, the man do it. Because those first couple of series, it looked like he was, okay, I'm going to take my drop, I'm going to sit back here, and then I'm going to throw the ball. And he was selling everything because the angle of his arm has to come out, or people were getting knocked into his lap, or his arm was getting hit. I wanted to text my man and just be like, dude, bump these people. Like, take your drop and get the hell out the pocket. Like, stop worrying about what people are telling you. It's obvious right now that he's got a lot of work to do to be a long-term starter. But you're not going to make him something he isn't halfway through the year either. He's effective, but he's not effective sitting in the pocket. Does that make sense?
No, without a doubt.
I don't know. I don't know how everybody still does a job. For the life of me, I keep refreshing my email to see if we've got an email from the Jags PR team. Nothing. Refreshing it all day. And if that makes me a bad person for wanting somebody to get fired, then so be it. But this is out of control, ridiculous now. Now Shad's just doing it to piss all of us off.
Did you watch Fields play on Saturday?
I did.
He looked good.
He
looked good.
He is good.
And I would be happy to have him as the quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars next year.
Justin Fields is not
Trevor. I get that.
Well, no, I wasn't even going to say that. I don't know who to compare Justin Fields to in the NFL right now. I mean, he's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not. I don't know that comparable at all for him, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, I'm not saying that's a terrible thing. I mean, you go 20 for 21 for 276, you're pretty dang good. I mean, a lot of people can't do that on air. But I'll be curious to see when the season's over and we start hearing all this draft talk and start hearing comparables. Like, I want to wrap my head around what Justin Fields is at the next level. And I don't know. I mean, he's got a good arm, not fantastic. His strength is his feet. And I don't mean running. I mean, his footwork is teaching tape good all the way through a game. He's very smart. But he doesn't have that live, crazy Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers type of arm. He's athletic. He's probably like I'm going to say a 4.7 guy. But I don't know who that would compare to.
You think he's a 4.7 guy?
Maybe high 4.6s on a good day.
Oh, okay.
After training, were you thinking he's faster?
Yeah, I thought he might be a little bit faster.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't know. I
mean, 6'3",
a caller just said he's like Russell Wilson.
But Russ isn't 6'3". Russ is Russ is really the best at finding windows and scrambling and this basically the scramble drill. But if he was 6'3", he wouldn't have to do that.
I could see that comparable. But I don't think he's got I don't know. You know, that may be a good comparable. Somebody said he heard Fields runs a 4.3. No.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No.
That's like somebody.
That's like Trey Lance stuff.
So somebody, just not put him in GOAT status.
Yeah.
Somebody said Chubba Purdy Chubba Purdy said he ran a 4.4. And he had a chance on the zone read to there was grass. 4.4 ain't getting caught, right? 4.4 get a good little angle. And, it's 15 yards. They're probably scoring.
He didn't get caught by a defensive lineman.
No, I don't remember who he got, but he got 4 yards on it. Okay. He didn't get very far. It was like you seen that, and I'm like, that's not a 4.4. I knew he was lying when I heard it.
I'm surprised he didn't just pull up and throw an incompletion.
Well, I'm going to say 4.6. I'm going to say 4.6 is right because at the Ohio State day, they claim he ran 4.42.
Okay, so he runs a 4.6.
Right. Right. I mean, Auburn 2 years ago had cats in there running 4.19 and 4.27. And then they got to the combine and went 4.5 flat.
Now, I will say this,
it's the turf.
I will say this. I did see that cat run.
Oh no, he was fast.
Yeah, that cat was really fast. I don't know why he ran. Why I didn't know 4.19 is like stupid. Matter of fact, kids and parents, you want to run a 4.5, right? At most, if you're a 4.5, maybe 4.4, you're a good football player. When you run faster than that, most people, not everybody, most people don't know how to be agile and that fast. So, like, typically it doesn't translate.
It can't be under control.
Like, you're not under enough control.
Daniel Jones.
Exactly.
Right.
You run. Well, no, how do you
I mean, my man was going 21 and a half miles an hour.
Out of there. He was moving. He was scooting.
And like with Josh Allen and Daniel Jones and stuff, like white sort of mobile quarterbacks was in. Like it's the new
Not
thing.
sort of mobile. Both of those guys are a lot more athletic.
But that put us
than what
back.
people think. 813 says Fields is comparable to young Cam Newton. No, not in any way, shape, or form. Fields is a million times better thrower than a young Cam Newton, a middle-aged Cam Newton, an old Cam Newton. A lot better thrower than Cam Newton. We've got multiple people saying he ran 4.3 in fall camp. Listen, I am Trevor Lawrence's president of his fan club and have been for the past 4 years. If Justin Fields at the combine goes 4.3, then bump Trevor, go draft him. I'm telling y'all, he will not be. I'll come down on what I said. He will not be sub 4.6. He will not be in the 4.5s. Justin Fields. And if he is, you know what he's focusing too much on? Running.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently Day said this year that they're not going to try to run him at all.
They shouldn't. They don't need to.
You had a coach tell you once that if you have to run a quarterback more than 4 times a game, then you don't have a really good offense. So, like, they shouldn't if they've got a really good offense, and they have it.
Yeah.
Or
you don't have a
would
really good
argue
quarterback. That's the way it goes. You either don't have a really good offense or you don't have a really good quarterback. You have a running back that occasionally throws. Let me grab Eli real quick. Eli, what's up?
Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for taking my call. I just have a comment about the Jaguars. I think it's really coming down to play calling. I just want to know, since you guys know a lot more about football history than I do, like if let's just put you in a scenario where you were the coach and you were tasked tank, how would you do that? Like expectedly but you have to also please the fans. And I don't know if you could point to some examples from the past, but I like how the guys are very competitive, and those are good signs for the future. But overall, I mean, the big picture, I know we're trying to, I guess, get high up in the draft. So I'll take my comments out there.
All right. Thanks. I mean, I got a real problem if the coaches are in on the team.
There's no coach in the history of the NFL that's been told to go lose a football game.
No, I mean, if the coaches are in on the tank job, we got bigger issues.
Problem.
That means they're coming back.
Oh, my God.
That's so beyond being elite. I don't care if you feel like that Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence or Trey Lance or Kyle Trask, Mac Jones. I don't care if any of those guys you feel like are the greatest, like the only missing piece that you have to get to a Super Bowl. Tomorrow's not promised. The NFL is not for long. You don't know what these pieces you have are going to do. You've got to take advantage of the present.
You have to think about yourself.
If you're a loser, you're a loser. Now, if you go out there and you try 100%, then yes, the stat line is going to be that. But typically, or I got to fire you. But if you can actually tank that well as a coach, then, dude, I can't trust you. I can't have you. I can't play for you, and I don't want you anywhere near my organization.
Yeah, you're unhireable if that ever came out.
Nobody's good, because how can we trust you?
I mean, where does the tank job? Is that GM?
It's got to be
GM.
Front office stuff. And it also has to be.
He's been tanking since he got here.
It has to be like a group effort, I think. So maybe because when all those guys were hurt the other week, they couldn't have all been so hurt that they couldn't play. Remember when the defense, everybody was out? Everybody that was worth a crap.
Well, that's the thing. When Indy tanked for Luck, they were actually a good team that you went, oh, yeah, they want Andrew Luck. The Jags just suck. They've been tanking since Shad bought the team. It's not like they flipped a switch and said, oh, let's be bad this year.
Doug and the players are trying to win.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
They're terrible, though. Eli?
We've got a lot of stuff on the text line, on the Lifetime Enclosures text line. Let's do this. Let's take a break. Let me get to these. We've got a lot of college football questions from the weekend. We'll get to your text line comments coming up next.
In your car or out of your car.
Get me out of this car.
Take 1010XL with you wherever you go.
We're online and ready.
By downloading our free 1010XL app. Available for all smartphones and tablets.
This is Greg Huntington with Advanced Disposal. In these uncertain times, there's one thing you can be certain of. Advanced Disposal and companies like us are committed to continuing to provide critical environmental services that you depend on. When you see your local garbage person collecting waste in your neighborhood or place of business, then give them a wave and a thumbs up. Through these challenging times, Advanced Disposal is still hiring drivers and essential staff throughout Northeast Florida. So please go to advanceddisposal.com/careers and join our team today. Be safe.
Everyone here knows Diamonds Direct is the place to go for the best diamonds at the best prices. But did you know that savvy buyers from as far away as Atlanta, Tampa, Orlando, and other cities now come here to Jacksonville to buy their diamonds? These high-end shoppers have discovered that Diamonds Direct has one of America's best selection of large, rare diamonds, from 3 carats to 10 carats, all certified by the GIA, the most reputable and most trusted gem lab in the world. Because of Diamonds Direct's international connections and tremendous buying power, we're one of only a handful of jewelry stores in the U.S. that carries a large selection of rare GIA diamonds. In fact, Diamonds Direct's multi-million-dollar selection includes a stunning array of high-end Riviera necklaces, 20-carat tennis bracelets, and an extraordinary collection of rare precious gemstones, rubies, sapphires, emeralds, and even the really hard-to-find fancy yellow diamonds. Come see why Diamonds Direct right here in Jacksonville is the destination for high-end shoppers all over America. Extraordinary selection, impeccable quality, and unmatched value. Diamonds Direct, off Town Center Parkway next to the Hyatt.
Mike Hogan, your supervisor of elections, wants to remind you that you can drop your vote by mail ballot off now through November 1st, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at our secure vote by mail ballot drop boxes located at each of our 20 early voting sites. For convenience, 5 of these sites are drive-through and are identified on our website. October 26th through November 1st, you can drop off 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. at our drive-through tent location in Lot J at TIAA Bank Field, home of the Jaguars. Visit DuvalElections.com.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them the solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reach Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reach Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
When you owe the IRS and can't pay, call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, for affordable IRS tax representation. J. David Tax Law can stop any IRS collection action and protect you from financial devastation. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Business has changed, but at Ameris Bank, our commitment to partnership remains steady. Local businesses are the heartbeat of our community, and they'll need new tools to operate successfully. Contactless payments, remote deposit, e-commerce platforms, and more. We're here to make sure you have what you need to operate in today's climate. Let's get back to business together. Learn more at amerisbank.com/back-to-business. Ameris Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Stay close to the Seminoles with the Florida State Seminole Report.
I'm ET, and I'll be delivering the weekly news and notes you need to know.
Florida State Seminoles. Brought to you by Performance Painting. Quality coatings applied with pride on 1010XL.
Start off this football season with $50 off a set of Yokohama tires. Mike Dempsey here for Tire Outlet.
Tire Outlet has 12 locations all over Northeast Florida and literally wholesale prices to the public and full automotive repair. It's your one-stop shop for all your vehicle needs. But right now, for $50 off a set of Yokohama tires, go to TireOutlet.com/offers.
Wholesale prices, premium service. Tire Outlet.
Instant Keys specializes in creating replacement automotive keys and keyless entry remotes, even when all the originals are lost or broken. Instant Keys provides expert service for nearly every foreign and domestic vehicle, including the high-end luxury models like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and Infiniti. With Instant Keys, you'll get dealership-level service at a fraction of the cost without the hassles. For honest professional locksmith service, call the best around. Instant Keys, 722-1111.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Getting all kind of comparison suggestions on the Lifetime Enclosures text line. This is Sports Den brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. It's Halloween week, so you should be drinking. Next week's election week. So the next 2 weeks, you should be drinking every night.
I'm getting turned up. My dog's birthday party.
I love
Saturday.
Are we going to do another election?
We're off for the election
video like we did last time.
Oh, we should. Well, dang! Wow,
I know.
time really does fly. We were at Wicked Barley, right?
Yep.
We went to ABC.
Yep.
Then Wicked Barley. Yeah.
We should do that. That was fun. 382. Could Fields' comparison be Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun might be a little faster, but I can see that.
Yeah, Fields is probably a little more sturdy
I mean, my bad. Deshaun's a little bit faster than
Fields.
but
Is Deshaun that fast? What was Deshaun Watson's 40 time? I feel like he's a strider. I could be completely wrong on that. I'm looking it up. I can never spell Deshaun right.
yeah, I spelled it wrong too.
But
Deshaun
Google's your friend with that. It always just pops up. All right, here we go.
Yeah, he was.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
468. 467.
466.
Mitch Trubisky was around that same speed.
Yeah. That may be about right then. I don't. You know, the more I think about the Russell Wilson one, may be a good comparison to style of play. I'm not saying he's going to be that good because if you know you're drafting Russell Wilson, then you draft him number 1 overall. There's no doubt. But that may be a correct style of play.
Russell Wilson at the combine was 4.3 or 4.53.
Was he that fast?
Yeah.
Wow. 295. Can the Jets take the Pats without Cam? No, they need Cam. Did y'all see Cam?
Terrible.
Dude's awful. The Jets will beat the Patriots if Cam plays, probably.
He had that one really good game this year against Seattle where they lost, but he was just dropping dimes. But since then, it's been like same Cam we knew before. He's
755. James, Herndon looks better than Ramsey. What's your take? Thank you for supporting ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. On a serious note,
Yeah, what is that? You can't be right about that.
No, there's no way.
The rookie?
He's got to be
For
kidding.
the Jags?
He's got to be kidding. He's not a
Herndon?
rookie, but
Herndon? Who?
yeah, no, there's no way.
Maybe he meant
Maybe he meant
Henderson. CJ
That's
Henderson.
even worse.
Because he hasn't been great this year. Exactly.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Who-
755.
Like, why do people? All right, Jalen's an ass. Cool. But
He's a great player.
a good football player. Like, I don't understand why you guys can't
Tonight,
separate the two.
I know you guys aren't watching the game, but he made a very important tackle on and turned it into a fourth.
Wasn't that
and
our
one.
boy, Javon Williams?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, man.
Do you guys know him?
Hey,
Yeah, he's been in here.
on the show. Hated had
He's
to
come
be
and
there.
hung out in here a couple times. Let's see.
Oh yeah, I've met him before.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Dom, I feel you, man. I feel bad for Dom. Dom scored 150 points this week and still in our fantasy league and still lost by 60.
Jeez.
What?
Yes, we had a dude in our league.
Is that who got 200? Did he get to 200?
He got to 215.
Who? That's outrageous.
It is. This guy's lineup, he just struck gold.
He
this
must
week.
have had Lockett. And
No, Dom had Lockett. That was the funny thing. I'm pulling it up right now because it really is amazing.
I don't normally care about other people's fantasy leagues, but I'm intrigued now.
Yeah, no, because he hit me
that
up on
score's
Twitter.
outrageous.
And he's like, yeah, I'm going to have 200. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man.
He had like the Chiefs defense.
He had 207. He had Deshaun Watson, Kareem Hunt, Jamal Williams, Devontae Adams, who had 44, Tyler Boyd, who had 27, Darren Waller, who had 17, James Robinson, 32 points, Mason Crosby, and he had the Washington football team defense. So nobody, if I take the defense out or the kicker out, nobody scored less than 17 in his entire lineup.
Yeah, that's wild. Who is his quarterback?
Deshaun Watson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even really have a crazy good game either.
No, and while we're on fantasy, Deontay, what's his name from
Pittsburgh?
I'm
Washington,
over
right?
him. Yeah, Johnson.
That's the one you benched.
I benched
And he
him
went
because
off.
he's done nothing, and then he goes off yesterday.
They just keep getting these young rookies that are amazing, man. Like, nobody drafts better than the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I have him on
It's
the
a
bench
fact.
with 29 points. I got CeeDee Lamb on the field with .10.
You know who I had on the bench?
Yeah, his
Who
fantasy
did
year's
pretty
over.
well. Not as good as your guy, but very well. Juju.
Yeah, you should have played Herbert.
Dude, like, who doesn't
Yeah, you
think?
can't try it. You
Like,
can't.
I
Yeah,
bench
you
Pat,
can't
and then
bench
Pat
Mahomes.
does something wild.
Yeah.
You want to play Pat this week. They got the Jets coming up.
That's all right.
And it's one of the biggest point spreads you'll ever see.
My quarterback in my other league was Cam. He got me negative points.
What?
Yeah, he had negative .18.
See, this is what I get for being a
That'll
Jaguar
make you really
fan.
hate a person.
It does.
Like, seriously hate someone.
It does.
That you've never met.
I was number one in both leagues, and now I'm going to be number 3 in one, but still number one in the sportsden one.
This
And Devontae Freeman. Bump you, Devontae.
Herbert got 38 points.
The Jags always play the quarterback who plays the Jags.
Like, this
He's
is why
gonna blow
nobody
out.
likes you, Todd. Like, I try to play right. I try to play with my heart. My common sense says, James, this guy is food. Everybody eats on the Jags. I don't care if it's Mitch Trubisky or Nick Foles. Play that guy. And I said, you know what? Nah, maybe they'll wake up. It'll be a close
He's
game.
a rookie.
They're going to trick him a little bit.
I trust Todd Wash.
I'm going to play Pat because Pat historically is better. Didn't know that the special teams and the defense was going to score all the points. And then
He was just going to hang out.
Bieniemy is going to grow a heart and not run up the score, even though they did score 43 points.
Yeah, that was going to say. That.
But, I mean, it could have been worse. It should have been worse.
We had somebody on the text line ask what I thought of TJ Finley, the LSU quarterback. I like TJ. The thing about TJ Finley, he's probably the biggest quarterback in college football. He's a true freshman. Dude's 6'6", 250.
I heard they don't want to name him the starter because they also have Brad Johnson's kid on the roster.
Yeah, I wish they missed on.
And they don't want him to leave.
That's the kid that Miami thought they were getting.
That's,
Miami's entire recruiting.
Well, they had him until Rick. No, Rick was trying to get him, and then that's who he
that
held
was
out
Rick's,
for.
nephew.
Godson or something like that.
Nephew. Because
Oh,
Brad
I
Johnson's
didn't
son.
know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finley's 6'6", 250.
Wait,
I
so
mean,
FSU couldn't even get Brad Johnson's
They didn't
son?
want him.
Oh, he's not great.
No,
He was
he's not.
never. They never really were trying to get him.
Got to be better than what they got.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well,
Right now?
I mean, hindsight, yes.
I mean, there's a lot better than. Chuba. I don't know. I'm not gonna throw Chuba away yet.
Yeah, it's just a
That was his
laughable
first game.
stat, though.
But
0 of 9. It's just-
Now, I
Holy
will
crap.
laugh at Tate Rodemaker. I don't.
He sucks.
Bro, I tried to tell you, like, when y'all signed
But
him.
dude, yeah, I get it. He was the number 2 guy for USF. FSU fans, yes, you heard that right. He was the number 2 guy for USF.
Who I tried to talk USF into not signing, by the way.
But
Saying
I
he couldn't play at that level.
never seen fear in a. Like, I felt like it was like me taking Trey from I-9 and throwing him on a varsity football field with tackle.
And he played at a huge high school. He played at Valdosta.
That's why I'm like, it was an FCS school. I'm like, dude, if you're petrified now, you're never going to be good. Send him, like with the APRB, send him his walking papers immediately. Does not need to be here in this situation. He is terrible.
There is nothing wrong with this, but he's like He's like a Central Arkansas type.
And
cat.
that's okay. You got to
Yeah.
know where you're at. Like,
Central Arkansas needs quarterbacks too.
I don't know why people have a hard time
When
explaining this to their
Norvell was
children.
hired, and James can back me up on this. When Norvell was hired, one of the first things he did was offer this kid. And I remember telling James, like, what? Because I love Norvell before he was at FSU. I'm like, what is he thinking? This kid's awful.
He's recruiting like he's still at Memphis.
Guys, he couldn't get at Memphis because that kid was committed to USF. He now thinks he can get at Florida State and make him something.
But, like, you don't.
Is
like,
he the Jim McElwain? Like, is he the guy that thinks he can have
Jim's defense?
I know what you're going to say.
He can recruit.
I know what you're going to say, but I meant from the quarterback position. You think Mike Norvell thinks, I can have just about anybody play my system, and now he's learning the hard way you can't?
Not at this. I guess so.
We got to take our final break. We'll be right back to wrap up the Sports Den.
Every football Friday should add a little spring in your step.
Let's rock our dog. Let's buckle up.
Get everything you need to know for your weekend on Pre-Game Friday.
Let's go. Let's go.
Brought to you by MyBookie
Get on the bandwagon.
on 1010XL.
All offers with approved credit and not a conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Ram Power Days. We're going to tailgate in style all month long. Bring yourself in for a really fun test drive in a new Ram truck, and we'll supply the tailgate at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. Drive home a new Ram and save up to $14,000 off MSRP. Take advantage of 0% financing and make no payments for 90 days. It's a tailgate party of savings at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard.
As a pro, you got what it takes to do your job. But for some jobs, it's good to know you can rent what it takes from the Home Depot, like pro-grade tools and large equipment. Everything from skid steer loaders and concrete saws to paint sprayers. The kind of gear you need when you need it, only when you need it. And when you're done, just bring it back. For the pro-grade tools you need to finish the job, start with a click on homedepot.com/rent. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
It's so good it's scary. Mike Dempsey here for the monster turkey and cheddar triple wedge from Dandy Foods. 3 halves of plain old deliciousness that'll satisfy even the hardiest of appetites with fresh sliced smoked turkey, cheddar cheese on both sides, thank you very much, and they top it with creamy roasted red pepper mayo and serve it on fresh Pullman wheat baked the night before. It's a monster of a meal at just over $5. So the next time you're out and about, stop in at your local Circle K and make yours a monster turkey and cheddar from Dandy, and do it today.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to our website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
I'm with Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. And Greg, when we're talking about the, say, hot temps into the cooler temperature months, you can have a dirt bike, you can have a side-by-side, you can keep the fun going all year long.
Absolutely. It's a great time to get out and ride side-by-sides. Coming into this fall weather, there's a lot of parks around here, ATV parks for people to get out and ride. Great time to spend time with your family.
And you soup up all these rigs where they can have the Bluetooth and everything else.
We've got radios, lift kits, big wheels, big tires, you name it.
Cycles of Jacksonville, check them out, Atlantic and Regency.
McKeever Clinic is home to the first advanced prostate cancer center in Jacksonville. This is Dr. West, urologist at McKeever Clinic. Our clinic is staffed with 2 urologists that specialize in advanced prostate cancer care and management. You'll also have a dedicated nurse navigator that will coordinate timing, medications, insurance, and patient assistance. We're conveniently located off AC Skinner Parkway on the south side. Contact our specialist at McKeever at 355-6583 to discuss your treatment options.
Hey folks, Hicken here. Did you know the owner of Zero Res Jacksonville started the company 16 years ago? October is their Zero Res birthday. This month, get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $129. Mention Happy Birthday Zero Res, and I'll throw in the stairs on the hallway for free. That's right, the stairs on me. Just say Happy Birthday Zero Res. Book your appointment today online or just give us a call at 287-5727. Zero Res, man. Spell it forward or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
When a high school student does well in athletics and academics, they deserve a pat on the back. Meet the High School Scholar Athlete of the Week. Wednesdays on The Frenchie Show. Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234.
Like working outdoors and want better pay and benefits? Superior Fence and Rail is seeking full-time fence installers with pay ranging from $16 to $25 an hour and more with commercial experience. Superior Fence and Rail will train you to work with their professional team and provide you with all the tools you need to be a top-notch installer. Get off the fence. Call Superior Fence and Rail today and start your career.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
AC's broke, it ain't no joke. Call Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. Florida Home AC. FloridaHomeAC.com. Call Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. We want to win your business with honest and upfront transmission service. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. That's a promise from me. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
I should have done this earlier in the show because it could have been discussion, but I'm going to do it now because I'll forget by tomorrow. Let's say, hypothetically, the Jags get the number 2 pick.
Okay.
The Cowboys come up and say, let's say they've got the number 5 or 6 pick.
Okay.
And they say, we'll give you that pick and Dak for your number 2.
Dak's not going to be healthy for
Yeah,
him.
yes, he's going to be ready in 4 to 6 months.
You think so?
Yeah.
So Fields or Dak?
Fields, and they'd have to throw something else in, right?
With our running back, they'd have to give me another. You're giving me damaged goods, no matter how you feel about it. It's damaged goods.
And
the
I have to
contract
pay him.
that I have to pay.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. With a rookie deal quarterback, you can do so much.
So I still have my picks.
But
I
Dak
have a
is-
running back that I like. And I know when Dak was the most successful is when Zeke was actually good.
But Dak's a proven good
Right. I mean,
quarterback.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's a proven good quarterback with the running back I have, and then I go find
if
the
they
best
threw-
wide receiver in the draft.
Right, at
instead of-
5 or whatever.
I might be onto something.
Like if they went Dak and whatever their first round pick is, because it's going to be in the top 6 or 7. Shoot, they may be number 2 by the time it's all said and done. But Dak, that guy in like a 3rd rounder, you'd have to think about it, right?
Yeah. Definitely. I
Cowboys
think that would
ain't
make
doing
you
that.
would make you immediately better.
Oh, yeah.
I think the Cowboys would do it. One was it McCarthy? He always drafts a quarterback anyway. And Dak's not his guy.
Yeah, I was thinking about it yesterday, just watching how bad the Cowboys are.
But Jerry calls that shot.
Facts.
Yeah.
He's not letting Mike McCarthy just draft whoever he wants.
Yeah. I mean, I don't
Especially
I
not
don't know
after
if I
this
would
year.
I don't know if I would do it or not. I'm trying to find a way in my head to where the Jags, if you can't get Trevor, to where you don't have to draft a quarterback, but you can still get one. Like go get a free agent quarterback, make a trade or something like that.
Jameis.
And be able to not Jameis. And to be able to take the kid from Oregon, the O lineman, and then take, one of the Bama receivers and really build your team around that. Like, is there a way you can get Derek Carr? If you can't get Trevor, I'm only suggesting this. If you can't get Trevor, because the Jags are going to have like $85 million.
Right.
I don't know. Just something to think about. We got plenty of draft time to talk about it. That's for sure. Plenty of months.
2.5 months before the end of the season to really break this down.
Yeah, exactly. We will not be on tomorrow night. We will be back on Wednesday night at 9:00. We will see you guys then. Y'all have a great evening. Thank you for listening.